guys, welcome back to my channel, FunX Creation. Today's video idea was very highly requested by few of my subscribers who wanted to see me make this video. Your video ideas are really very helpful for me. It gives me new ideas on how to make and what to make in my next video. So thank you for that. So today I am going to make Queen Elsa, who is also known as Queen of Ice. So without any further delay, let's get on into the video. Let's go!
So for this I'll need cardboard, craft wire, newspaper, paper clay, paints. So as you can see over here, I've taken two wires and one is long, one is small, and now I'll just take some clear tape and wrap it around them so that they both can be joined together. So after this, as you can see, I've taken my plier and I'll just give the shape for the hands. So you can choose any posture and give the shape. So as you can see, I've given this sort of shape over here. And now I'll just take newspaper and I'll just crush it and fold it, and then I'll just start applying it to the body of the doll. And every time I use aluminum foil, but today I'm using some newspaper to show how you guys can also use newspaper instead of foil, because some of you may not have foil every time available at your home. So this is another easy way to make this. So once it's done, now I'll just also make the head with the same thing, newspaper crushed. And after this, I'll just start applying some paper clay, because as I know and you also know till now that paper clay is pretty much everything I want to have in my videos so that I can make anything. So let's start applying the paper clay. After that, I'll use my sculpting tools for the nose and eyes. Now I'll just start applying it on the body also. And I'll just use some sculpting tools and do some techniques for the body. So now I'll just start making the hairs also. So I'll use paper clay for that also, and I'll just start making the hairs. So basically she has her hair braided. So I'll just make the braid also on one side. So once this is done, as you can see, it's looking something like this. Half of the body is done, and now I'll just leave it to get dry. So after that, I'll just take this cardboard piece in this shape and I'll just fold it so I can make the cone. So this will be the base for her dress, and then I'll attach these two together. So I'll just use my hot glue gun. And after this, now I'll just start applying some paper clay on her dress also, because I want a perfect shape. So I'll just start applying it over here also. Now I'll just start giving it some folds, and I'll just apply paper clay on the ends like this, and then I'll just blend it out with my fingers and sculpting tools. And now some other details for her dress. So you can refer to a picture of her and then do it accordingly. So as you can see, it's looking something like this, and this is how it looks. So now I'll just keep it aside and let it dry for few hours. So few hours later, as you can see, it's now completely dried and hardened. Now I'll just take this sandpaper and I'll just scrub it off the excess dust of paper clay to smoothen out the edges. And after that, I'll just start painting the skin first. And for that, I'll be using the skin color, and I'm using acrylic paints, guys, so you can also use that. So after painting the skin and the hands and all, now I'll just start painting the eyes. So over here I'll just paint it with white acrylic paint. And then for the sleeves, guys, I'll just start painting the sleeves in a very lightest shade of blue. And as we all know, her dress is kind of off the shoulder, so for that you just have to paint it likewise. And then I'll just start painting the dress with a little darker shade of blue. And now I'll just start highlighting the dress and the folds over here on the end of the dress, which are made with paper clay. I'll just start highlighting them with dark and light shades, and then I'll just use some water and merge the paint. And now I'll just start painting it with glitter. And guys, it's very easy. You just have to take some glitter dust in a bowl and some glue, clear glue, and then you have to just mix it out and paint the complete body and the dress of Elsa. So after the glue dries, you can only see the glitter, which is very pretty. So I'll just paint the dress completely with that glitter paint, which I DIY'd. So you can also DIY and just paint it like this. Then I'll just start painting the hairs in a white shade, and her hair shade is icy white, so I'll just paint like that. And now I'll just start highlighting the hairs, so each of the strands should be clear and visible. And now I'll just make her eyeballs, and the eyes I'll just have to complete it, so I'll just use the blue paint for her eyes too. And then you can take any pen or Sharpie and make the eyes detailed, because it's the miniature princess, so you have to make it clear. And now for the lips, I'll just paint it red. So as you can see, this is how it looks after it gets painted. And now I've taken this mesh fabric, blue mesh fabric, and it's already glittery. So if you don't get a fabric like this, then you can DIY it at home. For that, you just have to use some glue and then sprinkle out some glitter dust, and this will be it. So I've found this fabric, and then I'll just start putting some hot glue guns and making some folds, because this will be the back cape, I think it's called that, and that will have some folds obviously. So I'll just make it like this. So once this is done, as you can see, now I'll just start applying the hot glue gun and then sticking it to her dress. So guys, as you can see, I've made this silver stars over here, and that will be attached to her hand, because as I told you, she is also known as the queen of ice. So she has the snowflakes on her hand, so I've made that, and this will complete the look of Queen Elsa. So this is how it looks, guys. It looks pretty much cute and adorable like the real Elsa, but it's not very much like her, but I've tried. So if you guys like this, please make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And guys, also if you guys want a part 2 of this video, please comment down below and tell me, in which I'll be making her sister, her younger sister, Princess Anna. So till next time, bye bye.